Miokukusheshe is the spirit behind almost all the churches. And I'm not saying every church in the world is backed by an evil spirit. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that there is a possibility that you enter a church where they preach from the Bible, where they speak about God and probably even speak in capital tongues, but then they are backed by a spirit other than the Spirit of God.
The mandate of all Christians is to share the world with others. So just listen as a brother takes us through. The undiluted word is just shared for me and you to grow in truth as the Spirit leads us to. We speak of the Lord, on how shall it be, knowledge of our faith and praise to our King.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Calledout. My name is Elikem, and again, if you see me on your screen, it's not anything. I'm just here to give you something nice. And I believe the title of this video or the thumbnail has already given you a suggestion as to what I'm going to be doing in this video. I'm going to be talking about Prophet Suddenly 3 music ministers. Drum rolls. Anyways, again, let me give due acknowledgements to the owners of the movie, and that is the Winlows. The Winlows. You can watch them on YouTube. They are Christian drama evangelists. Let me put it that way. They are also pastors, and they have various Christian movies, good Christian movies that will uplift your spirit and teach you various great moral lessons from the Bible. Right, let's get into what we have for today. I'm talking about what Professor Lady 3 music ministers. Now, if you are someone passionate about music, right, and want to do it the right way, want to do it for God, then I think this is the perfect movie for you to watch. Perfect movie for you to watch. One of the best Christian movies I've watched this year, and I'm recommending it for you to go check it out. It will really impact your life. If you don't want to be a music minister as well, it also have a lot of benefits that you can grasp from the movie. Now, this movie began with a guy when he was born, and apparently his birth was supposed to be prevented by the witches or Miokukusheshe. Yeah, Miokukusheshe. But wait, before I get to the storyline, Prophet Suddenly, there are 3. The first one is there, the second one is Helpers of God, and the third one is the one you're talking about. Now, this one was shot in 3 countries. United States, that's the US, Nigeria, and also Kenya. Yeah, these 3 countries. Now, back to the story. So his birth was supposed to be prevented, but God intervened and he was born, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, Miokukusheshe got pissed because they gave birth to someone that has a potential of ending her ministry, ending her career, or whatever she believes in. So she decided to, take him on. However, she felt like, I've not been able to prevent his birth. I can only wait when he gets to his prime. Then that way I can strike again. So Miokukusheshe waited for 31 years to strike, this guy, because she knew that would be the time where, he'll be famous and a whole lot of things, and he's now prone to a lot of temptations and attacks and all that. So she waited for 31 years. In the Bible, when the Bible says, wait upon the Lord, we Christians are not really like waiting. As for the devil and the people that work for him, they don't mind waiting. They can wait for as long as it takes just for them to get what they want to do. So she waited for 31 years just so she could strike this guy. And eventually, when this guy became famous, a global voice, he was clouded with fame and money, women, greed, a whole lot of things. He disrespected the people he was working with. He used to be in a singing group and all that. But whenever they call him, he says he's too big for them. Plenty this. This is trying to portray how the gospel or music ministry, the gospel music ministry is sort of like not for everybody, but some people, when you don't get it well, when you don't get your foot grounded in the word and in the Lord, these are some of the things you face. So fast forward, I don't want to spoil the story for you because I feel like the previous video I gave a lot of spoilers and I don't want to do much in this video. So yeah, back to what I was saying. So eventually his head pastor, um, left him, a whole lot of things, and the devil got his chance with him. And that was his downfall. He ended up being an Uber driver, but he was delivered because he went to a certain church in Kenya. Yeah, that storyline took place in Kenya. Kenya invited him, and when he went there, a whole lot of things. He was charging big for money. This guy, when he goes for ministry, when he goes to minister, sorry, and you don't pay him, he won't minister. So he says, if you don't pay me my balance, I'll minister. And he can leave. In fact, he did that several times. Sometimes he'll be at a certain church, and when they don't pay him on time, he will leave to go to a different church to, minister and a whole lot. The story is very interesting. Go watch it for yourself. It featured amazing people like our own Laurie Soyo, the singer of Favor, and also No Turning Back. Yeah. And also Pastor Phillips Olukwayo or something like that. I'm sorry if I don't get the name right, but I remember Pastor Phillips. And we also have the very own the Winlows themselves. We also have Apostle Dr. Osai Arome and many other glorious and powerful preachers of the word. So I think you should check it out. And it did so well. Yeah, not to forget about the pastor from Kenya. That guy, that man, his acting skills. Man, these days the people who are not really into the acting industry and are acting at doing better than people who have been in the acting industry for decades, man. Go check it out. But I want to draw some few lessons from the movie so that you can also figure that out when you're watching it for yourself. Now, we have to understand that the devil does not care how long he waits. All he cares about is he gets you. He does not care how long he waits. All he cares about is that he gets you. So you make sure that you rebel against those you are under or you're covering. And when you rebel against them and they shift back from you, then he strikes. In fact, that was when the devil was able to get the music minister. So when we have people as our covering or people above us and we are under them, we are in submission to them, we should never let rebellion set in. Other than that, we will give the devil a footstool. I hope that is clear. Now, moving on to, I also learned that not every church that mentions the name of God is backed by the Spirit of God. So right from Prophet Suddenly 1, we see that, and these are true life stories. They are not fiction. They are true life stories, So right from Prophet Suddenly 1 to 3, we realize that Miokuku Sheshe is the spirit behind almost all the churches. And I'm not saying every church in the world is backed by an evil spirit. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that there is a possibility that you enter a church where they preach from the Bible, where they speak about God and probably even speak in capital tongues, but then they are backed by a spirit other than the Spirit of God. So we have to take note of that. I forgot to comment about my outfit. Yeah, this is just to fit the theme of the story. I'm not a pastor, please. But yeah, moving on. So we have to take note of that. So the pastor in Kenya, Mio Kuku Sheshe was the one that sent him to invite the minister, and he never knew. But when the minister came, he laid his diabolic hand on him, and he became a whole lot of things. His glory was trapped, no more invitations, and he was just there. He even started begging to minister, but people wouldn't allow him and all that. So that's how his glory left him. So another lesson is not everyone that lays his hand on you is doing so with the right intention. Not everyone that lays his hand on you is doing so with the right intention. So we should be careful the people that lay hands on us, because people are atmospheres. People are atmospheres. They can trap your glory. So we should be very, very careful and discerning. No, one thing the music minister lacked was discernment. We should be discerning. At a point in time, he started downplaying other music ministers. He started say, I'm the best in Nigeria. And upcoming ones, he was like, you don't have a future here. You can never make it, But then at the end, the people he was despising were the people that were on top at the time. So I think we should pay attention to that as well. That when we see others doing probably the same thing we are doing, and we know we are probably doing better on and all that, we should know that Everyone starts from somewhere and gets somewhere. So we should also give the others a chance. Look, there are numerous lessons you can learn from the movie that I can't talk about here, but I think you should take time to watch it. One thing that he did that saved him was that he went back to his spiritual father. So he got back on track, but then he didn't get the music ministry back according to the storyline. He became an Uber driver. I don't know how it will be for him, but it looked like he missed a Kairos moment. That moment was for him. He missed it. He was sleeping around, doing all sorts of things that don't glorify the name of the Lord. So if you're a music minister, right, I have some friends, they have amazing voices, lovely voices, like Nadrum or God's Favor, all of them, they have amazing voices. So if you are like them, or if you are listening to me, my advice for you is that in as much as you have an amazing voice, you should also add the spiritual part to it. You should also add the God factor to it. I mean, you're ministering for God. And when you become global eventually, it shouldn't be about the charges. It should be about the changes in the lives of the people than what you can get and all that. Look, the thing is, they say the wisdom of a poor man, the humility of a poor man cannot be trusted. The humility of a poor man cannot be trusted. And it has its own limits. It means that sometimes the things you think you will never do, when you get to that point, that's when you realize that every man is liable to fall into that particular anomaly. Right. So I want us to get into some of the comments from YouTube, and I think they will encourage us to go watch the movie for us. So this one, the first person is say, Mio Kuku Sheshe waited for 31 years to get access to James. This shows that the devil doesn't rest until it achieves. Oh, you did see that? He used it for the devil. That's hard. I like that. Doesn't rest until it achieves its target. May God help us stay on fire, always and never give up. Amen. Yesterday, I was telling very amazing friends of mine that Isiba, when you move off track, right, when you lose your fire with God, the longer it takes for you to lose the fire, the longer it takes for you to come back on fire. I don't know if that makes sense. So if for 5 years you've not been on fire for God, it would take probably more than 5 years for you to get it back. It doesn't mean that God has not forgiven you. It means that where you were before you started slacking, to get back to that point is very difficult. So we should always make it a point to stay on fire. Right. The next person says, who else noticed? So yeah, like I said earlier in the video, the devil does not mind waiting as long as he will get whatever he wants. This person says, who else noticed that Evangelist Lawrence Oyo is a natural actor? Look, this is what I've been saying, man. These people are doing marvelously well. Facial expression, gestures, every single thing is just on point and lovely. Meanwhile, they are not even professional actors. And I give them their flowers. They deserve it. This one says, this isn't just a movie for music ministers. It's a movie about destiny. Parents, pray for your children. That's G. Lawrence Oyo's mom believed in him so much that he eventually became who he was in the movie. Right, this one says, okay, the same thing I spoke about earlier. Lesson learned. Not all churches are churches. Not all altars are from God. Mantles can be lost. God's presence shouldn't be replaced with performance. Be careful who lays hand on you. Spiritual things, good or bad, can be transferred. Not all invitations should be accepted. As a gospel musician, your global calling shouldn't affect your local, church. I didn't get the whole thing. Yes, I think this person has said a lot, and I agree with that. That hospital scene happened to me in real life. The doctor had to send in prayer warriors into the ward. They prayed. The more they prayed, the more they paid. Then they switched to tongues. That's when I felt ease and I delivered. This life is spiritual. Now, if you go through the comment section, you see a lot of health professionals coming in to say how much there was a scene where the people or the witches from the coven wanted to kill the baby, but another doctor came in and he prayed, and all that, see, the baby survived. And a lot of nurses and doctors or health workers in the comment section are relating to this story, and they are saying that It happens a lot in real life. Sometimes we have to even come in and pray. And those who are oblivious to it are saying that this has opened my eye more to know that sometimes these things are spiritual and I have to approach it in a spiritual way. And I know I have a lot of health field related friends, and I'm sure you're watching this. I hope it is giving you some, ideas what you're supposed to be doing. Right. Okay, I think I'll take the last one, and then it says nobody is talking about Pastor CW from Kenya. Omo, he can add to delivery was amazing. This guy, this man of God. If I am to give an Oscar to someone from the series, from the movie, sorry, it's going to be hard. The a music minister's PA2 did excellently well. He's good. Miyokuku Sheshe is also excellent. She's also very good. But if I'm to give an Oscar, I won't give it to her or that guy because we all know they are good. So I'm going to give it to the new people that featured. Lawrence Oyo, this is not his first time he's featuring. He featured in Abattoir. So he's also very good. I already know that. But the new people, I'm going to give it to the pastor from Kenya. His facial expressions, everything was spectacular. The first time he appeared in the movie, sorry, man, I was like, is this guy? The facial expression, man, I love it so much, and God bless you. So yeah, these are some of the comments from social media, and I'm sure when you visit the page and Windows on YouTube, you will find it for yourself. I pray that the movie blesses you. That's the main reason why I'm doing this, that you learn some lessons from it. Sometimes we are living the life in such a way that we are seeing it from only our perspective. Until some of these things happen to us, we don't really relate to it. And thank God for drama ministers like these who bring out their talent to portray the real situation on ground for us to learn lessons from. I hope you've been blessed by this video. If indeed you have been, please do us a favor by sharing, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts with us in the comment section. And you will be a blessing to the body of Christ. God bless you, and I love you so much. See you in another time.